All right, we live, boys. We live. Hey, what's going on? Do we have any viewers? Anybody here? Anybody watching? Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to talk about Amazon dispatchers and if they are lazy or they are not lazy. What do you guys think? Matthew, I appreciate, man. I love your videos. I appreciate you, man. We got 3 people here. What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? I got some special guests for y'all today. Today we're gonna be talking about, like I said in the title, are Amazon dispatchers lazy, or do they actually do work? What do they do when they're out there? Do they just stay at home and look at a computer? What do they do? What are your guys' opinions? Hi, Random. What's up, man? How's everybody doing? What are you guys' opinions on dispatchers? We want to know. All right. All right, guys. Today we have some dispatchers with us. They're going to talk about how the day in the life of a dispatcher is. Hey, what's going on, Drips? How you doing today, man? I got 2 dispatchers today, man. We got to talk about the life of a dispatcher. I've seen a lot of comments out there saying that dispatchers don't want to do nothing. They're lazy. They're just chilling in their couch. Is it true? Is it not true? What do you guys think? Let me know what you think. I have my opinion, but I want to know your guys' opinions. Peak season's here. Hey, man, it's getting crazy. All right, guys, I have 2 dispatchers today. They just got off of work, so they're going to talk about their day and everything. We're going to ask them questions, all right? Hey, what's going on, Jasmine? I'm introducing Jake and Tim, bringing them in now, boys and girls. Hey, Jake. Hey, Tim. How you doing today?
What's up?
How's it going?
What's going on?
Good. Hey, what's going on? Heck yeah, man. So, guys, dispatching. How long y'all been dispatching for?
For me, I'm actually relatively new to it.
Okay.
I'd say just over a month. Just started doing it. Tim, he is actually the one who trained me, so he's been doing
Oh,
it longer.
really? And Tim?
I've been doing it for about, I think it's going on to like almost 7 months now.
Okay, 7 months. That's a pretty long time. Now, how long were you driving before you became a dispatcher?
I was driving for about maybe like a month and a half,
Mhm.
and then I got
Oh,
approached
Really?
to be promoted because of my performance and just like the energy I brought, like every time I came into work and stuff like that.
Okay. Jake?
For me, with this company, I would say it was about 4 months, but I've been driving with Amazon for like almost 2 years now.
Dang. You became a dispatcher after a month and a half? Holy crap. Were you working
He's a
with a different
legend.
DSP or what? Or did you just
Nah, this is
understood the
actually
job?
I just well to me like many people are different, but like for me it was just like pretty much like it was like basic knowledge, and it's actually like my first time ever working inside of Amazon and being a delivery driver.
Hmm. Wow, that's pretty cool, man. A lot of people don't make it to dispatch in a month. I guess you understood the assignment. All right,
Yes, sir.
guys. So, from dispatching to driver, which one do you enjoy more, or did you enjoy more? Did you enjoy driving more or dispatching?
So I'll go first. It's actually kind of like 50-50 for me.
Hmm.
Being inside, it's kind of like a step down from delivering on a daily basis.
Okay.
And for me, it was, if I look at it, it's more of like a physical way. Like I've got like a really bad knee, so being able to be inside, it helps a
Hmm.
lot. But it's not like I don't do routes and stuff like that. I still do them and I enjoy them because
Okay.
I have my routes where I like where I've been in like certain places and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Jake?
For me, man, it really depends on the day. There'll be some days where I'm in there dispatching, like, man, I just wish I was driving today. But other days, yeah, like for me, I like my driving days to get like that alone time kind of. You don't have to
Yeah.
deal with anything, you know what I mean? You don't have to worry about the stress.
Hmm.
Just kind of do your route, put on some music, and just go from there. But,
Yeah.
you know, especially dispatch days when it's really hot, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
glad to be
man.
inside.
Do is the job as easy as some people think it to be in your guys' experience, in your opinions? From coming from a driver's point
So
of view to a dispatch point of view.
So I'll speak on that because I've been doing it a lot more.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as people think it is.
Yeah.
My biggest thing I like to tell people is when you're driving, all you really have to do is like worry about one route.
Yeah.
When you're dispatching, you have to worry about whatever routes you have for that day. Jake mentioned, when we were talking that we run routes at a different station.
Mm-hmm.
We used to do 12 routes
Mm-hmm.
at that different station, along with doing about 35, maybe
Mm-hmm.
sometimes 40 routes over here at our actual station.
Mm-hmm.
And if you add up the numbers, you got to worry about it's like roughly like 70 routes, 70 people,
Mm-hmm.
along with rescues and stuff like that. So I got to worry about them. Um, I got to worry about my downtime where I got to take some interviews sometimes. I got to run orientation. I got to take care
What?
of I got to take care of the chat sometimes if like people need packages marked delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I jump away from that and I help HR with stuff sometimes. And then also taking care of like the routes and stuff like that, making sure everybody's not they're
Mm-hmm.
doing what they're supposed to be doing, no one's straying away from their routes and stuff like that. So it definitely gets pretty chaotic. It's very
Yeah.
hectic. Um, in the beginning, I'll tell you right now, like I didn't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
It was very stressful. I was like, man, what do I do? Like, do I could I send this person here to help this driver out? Like,
Mm-hmm.
dang, I don't know. I don't know. And then shortly after, like, then I started like, just started picking up pace with it and
Yeah.
just being able to handle everything.
Okay, man. Damn, you're doing HR. You're doing everything. You
Dude, I
guys
was
need
doing
to.
a lot. Yeah.
That's too much, man. Your company needs some help. You said you have 70 routes.
sometimes it's just kind of differentiates from like our chart of routes that we're gonna run for that week. So
Yeah.
I believe like like today we had 39 routes at our
Mm-hmm.
station, and then we had about 7 routes at the different station.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, it could be like we got like 30 routes here at our station, and then like 18 routes at the other station. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like there's it's like playroom. So it's not always the same. It's not constant like that.
But what would a dispatch? But that's crazy to me. Like you would have somebody doing orientation. You would have somebody doing dispatch. You would have somebody in HR. If HR needed help, they would have an HR assistant or something like that. So a
Right.
dispatcher doing all that it's pretty crazy to me.
Yeah, I was doing a lot, man. There's I wouldn't say it's necessarily a bad thing because there's
Yeah.
times that we have downtime and stuff like that, and it's cool to learn that. But yeah, definitely there is some times where I've been overwhelmed with some certain tasks to do,
Yeah.
and I got to focus on the routes more. It's just I don't know.
So
Yeah.
so what's it like on a daily basis for you guys? Like you get there and then you do what? You just get
So
everything ready or what?
so me and Jake, we're more so opening drivers, opening dispatchers. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So our typical day is we come in, we check our time, see if like the closing dispatchers missed any DVICs for the previous night.
Mm-hmm.
If not, then we get our route sheets, we print our route sheets, we fix our wave times. We assign everybody their vans. We have a helper who checks all the pouches, make sure everything has a gas card, keys,
Mm-hmm.
wire, battery pack, and then after we get everything pretty much set, everybody knows what's going to be what. Then we kind of
Mm-hmm.
go outside, we make it like a brief announcement and stuff like that, and then we send them to their vans.
Mm-hmm.
They set up everything. They come into the loadout. We help out with loadout. We direct people who to help who, and then once they're out, then that's where our downtime comes in. That's where
Mm-hmm.
everything else kind of gets hectic and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's loadout. How long is loadout for you guys? Because at our station, we get like as soon as the first van hits the lot of to load up, it's 20 minutes starts automatically there, and then we still gotta wait
So
for everybody to park and all that stuff.
so I believe it's about 23 minutes because they give us that minute and a half to get everybody in, and then a minute and a half to get everybody out. So I don't know if the math adds up, but we have 20 minutes to load up. But it's not
Yeah.
like once they get in there, like then then our load up time is like what's being taken away. No, we have like I believe they called it a buffer time.
Yeah.
So yeah, our buffer time, that's when it kicks in, and then our load up time has nothing to do with that.
Dude, sometimes we're loading up and I just feel so pressured with everybody, especially with the newbies. They don't know what to do. And then some of the drivers are getting like 200 packages, 300 packages, trying to push everything. And Amazon's like, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. You said 5 minutes a minute
Yeah.
ago. What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to put all this in this one van? And then time's running out. And then you have to find somehow to fit those last few packages, even though your van is super full. Like, what the hell?
So we do. So to bring back to our what we do on a daily basis,
Mhm.
when it comes to those kinds of things, we kind of like plan ahead.
Okay.
So if something's not going to fit in a van, and we know it's not going to fit in a van, and they're purposely putting all these packages into that van, we cube them out
Okay.
to tell Amazon this van is not going to be able to hold 20 something bags, and it's designated as a small van. No, you better throw that into a large van or extra large van.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to that, like, we tell the drivers, like, hey, you know what, you're gonna cube out today, so don't force everything in there. Just put your first bags, like, let's say if it's 15 bags or whatever, fit those 15 bags, and then match the overflow.
Yeah.
As far as everything else, we tell them you could organize your bags, but when it comes to overflow, there's no debate for that. You got to just fix the first couple ones, if anything, and then throw everything else in there. We don't have enough time for organizing everything to go with the exact totes and stuff like that.
We have a question here from Jasmine. She says, do dispatchers do the light routes? And are you able to choose what routes this drivers get?
That's a good
So it's a great day to answer that question.
Yeah.
So you know how I told you I had we run routes at a different station. So
Yeah.
I was on my way to go rescue out in Beverly Hills, Santa Monica
Ooh,
area.
Okay.
I got called back to come back. I thought I was scot-free. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I thought I was free. I came back into the desk and they handed me a 26 bag, 38 overflow,
389 packages.
389 packaged route sheet.
Sheesh.
It was great.
389.
It was great.
And you were doing that while dispatching too.
So because I had Jake with me, I was able to pass off my dispatcher duties to give it to him. But I did have about maybe like 8 drivers still contacting me to like mark packages delivered, what they should do in like certain situations, and so I was still getting asked questions and doing a light dispatching duty, but I was able to rely on Jake because he was there to fully take the dispatching duties.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Delivering that many packages and answering questions. That's 300, and you said 389?
389.
Sheesh, man. And you guys are getting new at my DSP, we are getting like new drivers like crazy. And we don't have ride-alongs at the moment, which is something I'm trying to fight to get, but it's just taking a while. Do you get new drivers almost every day or daily basis? And do you have ride-alongs?
So before peak, we did do ride-alongs. As far as getting newer drivers on a daily basis, I want to say no. We probably get maybe 6-7 new drivers in a week.
Okay, that's
so
not
maybe
bad.
like one per day.
It's not too bad, but man, since ride-alongs would be so much helpful because answering questions through a phone makes it a lot more, in my opinion, difficult for dispatchers. It's easier to show people on-hand training. It's just so much easier, and then you can have somebody there answering all the questions, and it just makes it so much easier on the dispatchers. My dispatchers at my company, they do almost the same thing you guys do. Every morning they're there, stand up, they get there early, make sure everything's ready for the drivers. As soon as the drivers, they help them load up, all that stuff. When the drivers leave, start answering phone call after phone call after phone call. A boring day in dispatch is a good day. Yeah, I always say that because when I was a dispatcher, if it's
Honestly,
boring, it's gonna be
honestly.
a good day. But do you guys get a lot of people forgetting their keys in their vans, running out of gas, or quitting in the middle of routes?
Oh man.
You can handle that one, Jake. You can
Yeah.
handle that
So
one.
I think we do get, we'll get the occasional key in the van. I
Yeah.
that's kind of to be expected. Um, but the quitting mid route, yeah, that one's a tough one to deal with sometimes because
Hmm.
and that goes along with people saying dispatchers are lazy, this and that, because I tell my drivers stuff like when people quit mid route, which happens more
Uh-huh.
often than you think. Who do you think's going to go do that route? They're going to
Yeah.
go out there and do it. I've had to do it a couple times. Or me and another dispatcher went and split the route,
Hmm.
and it's I mean, it's a part of it, of course, and it's
Yeah.
going to happen. But just, I think that there needs to be more awareness to what they're getting into the job sometimes, and that's what gets people quitting midway.
Hmm.
And they're just like, I can't take this anymore. I don't want to do this route. So
Yeah. Shoot. Uh, Austin asks, why do my dispatchers not what why do my dispatchers not even call their drivers that don't sign in? So why do dispatchers call for mentor? That's I guess that's what he's trying to ask.
So, I'll answer that one because
Hmm.
I've done it a couple times where I just like I didn't do it, but it has to go with, and it's not the same for everybody. But in my instance, it's
Hmm.
kind of hard to just keep track with that because I'm doing so many other things
Hmm.
that, sad to say, I'm just kind of like, you know what, this is not going to take priority today. I'm
Hmm.
sorry, this is going to have to be the one that I take fire for. I have to
Hmm.
focus on everything else and making sure everybody's taking their packages, everybody's doing what they're supposed to do.
Hmm.
If I have time later on, depending on how fast I can get everything done, then I'll start
Hmm.
contacting people to, hey, let's get into mentor. You should know this already.
Hmm.
You're a driver who's been doing this constantly, so let's not forget this. It's very something easy to forget
Hmm.
because flex is what really takes priority. Let's
And
not
all those
forget mentor.
packages. Hmm.
Yeah, and all those packages. Like I get it. You're looking at today's, and you're looking ahead. Let's
Yeah.
just cool our heads. Let's back up a little bit.
Hmm.
Then we can get into mentor and stuff like that.
What time do you guys start? In the morning? Like at 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning?
So we don't start. We start like a little closer to midday. We start like at 10:05. The
Hmm.
routes, when the drivers come in, it's around like 10:05.
Hmm.
For us opening, we come in like at 9 o'clock, and it used to
Hmm.
be a little bit earlier. It used to be like 8:45, and then my previous opening dispatchers who I used to work with, they used to tell me they come in like at 7:30 and have
Hmm.
everything ready by like 8 o'clock.
Sheesh. Do you guys wish you started a little bit earlier than 10?
Um,
You like
sometimes.
sleeping in a little bit?
no. Are you asking from like a dispatcher's point of
For
view
like
or like driver?
both, like for your drivers and the dispatcher,
Um,
because everything's getting
dispatching
later,
wise,
darker, earlier, and all
yeah,
that stuff.
dispatching wise, I kind of like it because regardless of what it is, I probably get off like at 5:30, 6 o'clock, so I still have a lot of my day to enjoy.
Yeah.
When I'm driving, then I'd kind of wish maybe just a little bit earlier, so
Hmm.
like our 9:50 or like 9:30 times, because then I have a little bit more time to like have more daylight
Yeah.
when I'm out there. Other than that, despite it, our drivers they finish like around like maybe 7 the latest, so it still
Yeah.
gives them time to like kind of enjoy their night and stuff like that.
That's not too bad. 7. Our drivers, we start at around 9:30 in the morning, and we are on the countryside, so it's a lot more darker, a lot more scarier. There's like people in the
Man,
countryside don't believe in like light poles and stuff like that, so they do get very scared, and we wish we had better lighting, but
oh
it
man, yeah, no, I
just
bet.
yeah, man. We go to houses here in Texas. It's like people have their guns and stuff, so it's like no trespassers,
Hey,
no call the
yo,
police, we shoot
hey,
first, things like that. So it does
oh
get a lot
shit,
scarier. Man,
hell yeah.
let's see. Any more questions? Hey guys, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Let's not try not to be rude or anything. We're trying to have a conversation here with our dispatchers. It's a love zone, all right? We all Amazon. Well, we're not Amazon, but we're Amazon at the same time. So, doing drivers,
Right.
when drivers get upset because you call them, do you call them because you want to call them, or do you call them because somebody gets on your back, like, hey, call these drivers, they need to hurry up, why they're slow, what's going on, or what? Why do you call drivers, like, if they're, I guess, behind, a little behind, or something like that? Does Amazon tell you, hey, call these drivers, or
Um,
higher ups, or for example, like, let's say
just you want to
we're
answer that one? We could do like two answers. You can
Yeah,
answer and then
I'll do
answer.
the Amazon one. You can do the other
Mhm.
one. So for us, we do have Amazon workers because we work inside the warehouse when we're dispatching, and when we have drivers behind, they will come up to us and be like, "Hey, what's up with this driver? What's going
Mhm.
on? Is there any barriers?" We'll receive stuff on chime as well from them.
Mhm.
That's pretty much it from the Amazon side. I could let him finish the rest as far
Mhm.
as like company wise, I suppose.
So, to answer your question, it's not more so that I'm having someone breathe down my neck to contact
Mhm.
these drivers. It's more so because like I used to be a driver myself.
Mhm.
So, if I have some trouble out there, I'm gonna want to get in contact with the people who are having trouble and be like, yo, like, I understand, everybody has their days. Are
Mhm.
you having that day? Are you
Mhm.
having a bad day? Are you just having a slow day? Are you,
Mhm.
what's going on? I'm here to talk to you. I'm here to help you out. I'm not here to be like, hey, yo,
Mhm.
you know what? You're being really bad today. You have to pick up your pace. We don't accept this performance. Nah, it's not
Mhm.
like that at all. I wouldn't want nobody talking to me like that. So
Yeah.
why would I want to talk to someone else like that?
That's good, man. I appreciate that from you guys, because some people are just like, "Hey, you need to hurry up. You're slow. What's going on? I want to go home." Because some dispatchers, not you guys, but
What's
some
going
dispatchers
on?
are like, "Hurry up. I want to go home," and they're just worrying
Yeah.
about their time to get home. Because some dispatchers can't leave, or at least at my DSP, my dispatchers work from morning all the way to the last driver gets back, so they can't go home
Hmm.
until the
Damn.
last driver comes back. But they're
You
not
guys don't have
rushing
opening.
them. What?
You guys don't have an opening and closing dispatch. It's just one
No.
dispatch all day, or
Yeah,
two.
no, it's two dispatchers, but one comes a little bit later than the other. But yeah, they
Damn.
stay there. It's 4 days on, 3 days off. Uh, but yeah, they're not trying to rush our drivers. They're just trying, like you said, what barriers are you facing? What can we do to help you?
Yeah.
What advice do you need in order? And some people take that the wrong way, which sucks. But the job is on Amazon pretty much tells you, hey, what's going on with this driver? They need to hurry up. What's your game plan for them to finish, I guess, on time? Because all dispatchers
Right.
can see if they're behind or if they're ahead or they're on time, whatever it is. So Amazon does come up to us a lot at our station, because I guess they're considered one of the good station, better stations. So they want to keep that, I guess,
Reputation.
that level, yeah, that reputation. So it's kind of hard on drivers, but it's not something as dispatchers or a company that we can do, because Amazon pretty much says, hey, do this because we said so.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, you guys are awesome. Like, what you guys are doing is awesome. You guys, like, help your drivers. What is the most packages you had, I guess, either this month, this week, or you think it's going to go up from here? You said 398 when you went to go rescue that person or take that over
Take
that
that
route.
route. I took that
Yeah.
route. 398. That's a PR for me. I've never seen 398. I do know that we had one driver who
Mm-hmm.
was one of our best drivers here.
Mm-hmm.
He had 420 before. 420 packages.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's
Uh,
420.
yeah.
It's
That's
crazy, man.
that's the highest I've seen.
Yeah,
Uh, Personal record for me though to have is 398.
398. Man, that's a lot. And then you said you deliver in Beverly Hills. It's a lot harder to deliver in
Oh
Beverly
yeah.
Hills, like city wise. Have you been out in the country? What would you prefer if you were still a driver? I know you're not a driver anymore, but if you were still a
Well,
driver.
Actually, we are still drivers. That's one of the cool, I guess you can say
Hmm.
cool things about our DSPs. All the dispatchers still drive, typically like 1 to 2 days a week. We still get routes.
Hmm.
As far as where we work at, countryside and stuff like that, yeah, we're like city. We're always like in either, so the other station we do Beverly Hills,
Hmm.
Hollywood, stuff like that. Those routes are not fun. I'll just say
Hmm.
that from tons of experience. Lots of
Hmm.
apartments and businesses. Everyone's favorite, you know.
Yeah.
But our typical
Apartments.
routes are like, yeah, apartments. Our typical routes though, still like more like suburban, I guess you could say. A lot of coastal apartments as well, stuff like that,
Hmm.
close to the water. So it's nice to have like the breeze and stuff when it's
Hmm.
hot, but I haven't had any country routes. I would like to try one. That'd be cool.
At night? Would you like to try that at night?
Oh yeah, no,
Oh
because
no, definitely at
yeah,
night. Yeah, no, definitely at night.
Can't see anything,
like
man. Oh man.
every stop's like 5 minutes away from each other.
So, if you had to choose to go back as permanently as a dispatcher or permanently as a driver, what would you choose?
I do dispatcher.
Dispatcher?
I do dispatcher.
But it's still just because it sounds easy, it's not easy, right?
Uh, no, I would do a dispatcher because to be like more on a personal note,
Hmm.
I just like working with people.
Okay.
I'm a big people's person. So if I could be in a position to understand others and see how hard it is for them on a
Hmm.
daily basis, I want to be that person to maybe make it easier for them. Not
Okay.
hold their hand and make a
Yeah.
life completely easy because not life's not like that. But if I could definitely give them a solution to their problem, I would
Hmm.
definitely be that person.
That's awesome, man. Jake?
What about you, Jake?
He's
Oh
like, man, I just
man.
want to go home.
No, you know what? I've been thinking about that right now, like about what I'd rather be.
Hmm.
See, so honestly, I would say I do because I've been doing driving for so long.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely the whole dispatching experience, even though some days could be a lot more stressful or harder
Hmm.
work, obviously not physically. It's refreshing for me.
Hmm.
It's something new. Like Tim said, yeah, it's nice to work with people, to meet people. But there's also that downside to dealing with personalities of different people. So
Yeah.
there's the ups and downs. I guess at this point I would say dispatching too, just because it's
Dispatching.
something different.
Yeah.
What about you, Juan? What would you
Me,
do?
when I started dispatching, driving was fun. The reason thought driving was fun is because I follow the rules because I don't like getting in trouble. So I followed all my rules.
Right.
Uh, but I enjoyed driving because I didn't have nobody on my back. If I was doing what I was doing, I can finish as fast as I wanted, not as slow as I wanted, but I didn't have to rush if I was doing the job. I like that. Nobody on your back telling you, hey, hurry up, do this, do this. You get to relax, deliver, listen to music, listen to radio, do whatever you got to
Right.
do, but finish your route, right?
Right.
Dispatching, enjoyed it as well because I liked helping, like Tim said, I liked helping the new people. They were confused. I like giving them tips. I like, hey, you do this, try this next time, or if it didn't work for you, try this instead. And I always enjoyed seeing their progress or them becoming better. If I had to choose between dispatching and being a delivery driver, right now, I think I would choose driving. Honestly, I would
Oh,
choose
Oh,
really?
driving.
really?
Just
Yes.
say
Be-
dispatching.
I do enjoy
Peak
helping
season.
people. Not that it's peak season. Peak season does suck. But I think I would enjoy doing my thing and just going home at the end of the night and not really have to deal with like people quitting in the middle of a route. I think that's the hardest part, people quitting in the middle of the route,
Mm,
because it does happen a lot more often than people think.
That
And
is
it
mm.
true.
just puts so much stress on other people. But I enjoy what I'm doing now. I'm our company's driver trainer. So I whatever our drivers need, I give them tips, I give them tricks. Sometimes I say,
Sweet.
hey, I go to my YouTube channel, check out this flex video, and that helps them so much. And I enjoy doing that and helping them with whichever way I can, trying to get to understand the driving precision a little bit more. So me, I think I would enjoy driving a little bit more because it's more on a do this and you get to go home at the end of the night. In your DSP, are rescues mandatory, or can people go home after they're done?
Um, so it's mandatory to do one.
One
If you want
rescue.
to do more, it's completely on you.
Mm-hmm.
But one is mandatory, and a rescue, people get like a misconception on it
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes you'll have to take four, sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
take two, sometimes you even take one as your
Mm-hmm.
rescue. You just take one bag and some overflow, and that could be your
Mm-hmm.
rescue for the day. So when people hear rescue, it's kind of like, man, like now I just know I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do like 50
Yeah.
more stops. Nah,
Yeah.
no. It's sometimes it's a lot more nicer than what
Mm-hmm.
the message is relaying.
Okay. So see, guys, all this dispatchers are not lazy. There are, don't get me wrong, there are some lazy dispatchers. There are some lazy drivers, okay? It happens everywhere, but dispatching is not as easy as some people make it out to be, or as easy as some people think it is. They're not just watching a computer screen and watching you suffer all day. They have to do things. Somebody locks themselves out, they have to go unlock the van. Somebody gets stuck, they have to go help them get unstuck, or send a tow truck driver, or figure out what the game plan is from there.
Yep.
Especially us over here on we are more in the countryside, like I said. So when it rains, my guy, mud,
Oh man.
people get stuck.
Jeez.
And sometimes people get stuck and they're like a mile into the road, and then the tow truck driver can't even go to the van, so we got to figure something out from there. we
Damn.
we had one of our dispatchers go walking all the way into the van and bring all the packages back to another van so they can still keep delivering.
Damn.
1 mile in, they did that,
Oh
like
damn.
walking back and forth twice or three times, and that's insane. So
That
in the
sucks.
countryside, does suck. So
That
in my
sucks.
opinion, dispatchers do a lot of work. As I've seen it from my dispatch and from what I hear from you guys, you guys do a lot of work too. So dispatching is not as easy as it seems, guys. Take it from these guys, take it from me. I've seen my dispatchers, I've done dispatching, and it's, like I said 100 times, it's not as easy as it seems. People just get, I guess, caught up in their own little world that they say, you guys' jobs are easy, it's simple, you guys do nothing all day, and that's it. I'm not speaking for every dispatcher, but a lot of dispatchers do good work, to do a lot of work and stuff like that. All right, guys, I really appreciate you guys showing up. Thank you so much for your insight. Thank
Thanks for
you for
having us.
everything. Jake, Tim, I appreciate you so much, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
thanks
Likewise.
for having us.
And I'll catch y'all next time, all right?
All right,
Catch you
man.
next time.
Take it
Take care,
easy.
guys. Have a good night.
You too.
So, you guys think, guys, dispatching? Do you guys still hate them? Do you still love them? I think the dispatchers deserve a little bit of credit, or a lot of credit. They do a lot of work, guys. Like I said, somebody gets stuck, they have to be out there. Somebody locks themselves out, they have to be out there. At our dispatch, if somebody uh, doesn't know how to change a tire, they have to go out there and help them change a tire. Somebody gets stuck, they have to help them get unstuck. They have to, if somebody quit mid route, they have to go deliver their packages. If there's nobody available to help, they have to answer 101 questions, 1,001 questions. If somebody is going way too slow when there's nobody to rescue, then they have to go out there and help, guys. So appreciate your dispatchers. I'm not saying that all dispatchers are the best, but some of them are really good. They try to help, like Tim here. He tries to give advice if he can. If a dispatcher is rushing you and not giving you tips, in my opinion, that's not the best dispatcher in the world. Ask them questions if you're new, guys. If they want to help you, they will. If they don't want to help you, then there's something there. Uh, like we discussed earlier, not all dispatchers call you because you're super behind or whatever. They call you because Amazon wants you wants them to call you. So they're like, hey, what's the issue? What's going on? What can we help? So if a dispatcher does call you telling you to hurry up, maybe ask him some questions like, hey, can you give me some tips on what to do? Or when you get back that night, hey, I was stuck on lockers. What can I do next time I go to a locker? What should I do? Should I call you? What should I take pictures? Whatever it is, guys. A dispatcher should know the question, and if they don't, they should try to figure it out for you guys. So if you're new to Amazon, being a delivery driver, and you don't know, I guess you didn't have a ride along, ask your dispatcher questions. In my opinion, if I was your dispatcher, you had a question, I try to answer it to the best of my ability and help you guys out. Any questions for me, guys? It was going on, King Chaos. Man, it's peak season's coming around, guys. Dispatchers, delivery drivers, everybody's gonna be busy. Uh, Jake was telling me everybody's getting like 300 packages plus 400 packages getting close. Man, it's been getting crazy. You guys been having a good peak season so far? Have you guys gotten the peak season? Have you guys not gotten the peak season? Some people's peak season start earlier than others. I guess it just depends on where you are. But Black Friday is today, and I'm pretty sure a whole bunch of orders are gonna go down. So you guys better be prepared. You guys better be ready, cause the package count going up, baby. It's going up, and it's gonna be painful. I'm gonna cry for you guys. I'm gonna pray for you guys. I got you. Go ahead and give me 250 plus stops, 200 packet route. Find out. Tim basically said he's a god. Hey man, Tim's a good guy. That's good. I like to hear that from our dispatchers. Literally just got out of Amazon a month ago, just before peak. Hey man, King Chaos playing it smart. He's gonna get out and then come back right back in. I remember having an anxiety attack a moment when I saw a dispatcher calling me. Oh, he said, "You good?" I still got a memo to hurry up. Yeah. So the reason dispatchers, guys, sometimes do call to, I guess, hurry you up. It's not because they want to like force you to hurry up. It's just they have to, I guess, meet a quota or a time limit that Amazon has. If you guys ever seen Cortex or something, they can tell if you're behind, if you're on time, if you're ahead, and they just want you to get a little bit, I guess, faster. Not that they want you to go super fast, but Amazon wants you guys to speed up a little bit. So sometimes you just get those calls because Amazon wants you guys to speed up. Not saying that go at a dangerous speed, all right? They just want you to get with their program and stuff like that. I don't understand Amazon sometimes. They want you to do this 500 packages and you guys have what? 8 hours to complete it. That's crazy to me. Sometimes it gets on my nerves. I'm not gonna lie. Our drivers are doing their job, whatever, and then they're like, "Hey, stop everything you're doing. Go deliver these businesses first." And I'm like, "What? Can't you guys? You guys are a multi-billion-dollar company. Can't you, in a way, put businesses first, and then maybe they can do houses, then maybe they can do apartments, then maybe they can do whatever they need to do, but put businesses first. That way, when they're in the middle of the route, they don't have to cut everything and go to another business where the business is somewhere on the other side of the city or whatever, for example, right?" I used to ignore the calls. I would not do rescues if people could not work hard as myself. I even had a manager texting me back once to pick up the call, but hey, I was busy. Hey man, sometimes, hey, that's how it is. Sometimes some people are busy, man. And some DSPs, I'm not saying not all DSPs are like this, but some DSPs are money hungry, so they want you to go, 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 go. Some DSPs are bad. There's this one DSP at my station that discriminates, man. And there've been multiple reports, but they do discriminate. They won't hire big people. They won't hire fat people. Big people, fat people, same thing. They won't hire older people. They can't be too unfit. They can't be, I guess, too. I guess they want to hire the elite people. That's what they want. They can't be too old. They can't be too young. Blah blah blah. They only hire certain people. So there have been reports on them, and I'm like, dude, that's discrimination. Why can't you Amazon do something about this? So next time, I keep saying that next time something like that happens, I'm like, hey, this DSP doesn't want to hire big people. This DSP doesn't want to hire old people. This DSP doesn't want to hire blah blah blah. Dude, that's crazy that's being allowed at Amazon. What kind of no? Don't discriminate. Hey, I've I have plenty of big people that can do the job. I have plenty of older people that can do the job. I have plenty of younger people that can do the job. Why are you discriminating so hard? And I'm like, dude, that's crazy to me. That is insane. So there are good DSPs, guys. There are bad DSPs. There are good dispatchers. There are bad dispatchers. There are good drivers. There are bad drivers. Okay. So that's in anywhere. That's every job. There are bad things about a job. There are good things about a job. So I hope you guys get a really good uh DSP, guys. uh when they ask you to take 4 bags overflow after 200 stops, like no, just no. My last couple of routes I had got done at 7 p.m. I had to rescue someone that quit halfway through their route. I wanted to die. Got done at 11 p.m. because the rest of the routes was split only 3 ways. Oh man, I hate when that happens. That's why, as a driver trainer, when I'm training my drivers or telling my drivers, this is what the job is. I always tell my drivers, this is what the job is. This is what you're gonna face. This is exactly what we go through on a daily basis. Every driver goes through this at some point, or will go through this at some point. I always give them the rundown, and I always give them the option like, hey guys, if you want to quit now is the time for you to quit before you start. And then I say, okay, if you decide to go forward with the job, if you do decide to quit, right? If you're doing the job and you do decide to quit, please do not quit in the middle of a route. Not because that puts uh your dispatchers in the pickle and your DSP in the pickle. It can put other drivers or make other drivers go rescue that certain amount of packages. Like King Chaos said, somebody quit, he had to go rescue that, right? I always ask the new drivers that decide it's not for them, do me one favor. If you do decide to quit, finish your route, and then just keep telling yourself, this is my last day, this is my last day, this is my last day. And once you're done, you're done. I understand, at my DSP at least, we understand that this job is not for everybody. So if it's not for you, man, it is not for you. No, no bad blood, no why'd you waste our time, nothing like that. If it's not for you, it's not for you. We understand. Amazon is a big revolving door. More people leaving than people coming in. You trying to lose weight? Hey, like I said in my post, Jasmine, do weights at the gym and do cardio at work, and you'll lose a lot of weight. Your DSP is not good. Why not smile? Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing today? Hey, it's true. Same for our station. Irritates my soul. One company told me they don't hire anyone over 50. I was like, what the dude? I have people over 50 at our DSP, and they do amazing work. They do great work. Some of these older folks know how to work a phone better than these younger folks. It's crazy to me. I've been out for like 2 months from a non-work related nerve, but I actually really missed the exercise. I got a job. I kind of complained about not getting my COVID break. I hate it. Eee. One problem with the warnings, sometimes they just make it look harder than what it is. Sometimes the warnings are just stupid, like do not leave your van open and running. Dude, we all do that. Hey man, some people actually do. I don't recommend doing that. But some people do it. The reason I don't recommend it, especially in the city side, because you never know. It's happened before. I don't know if you guys seen it, where somebody jumps in and takes the van. It's happened. People have jumped in the vans and people have taken the vans, and then that's your job, man. That's definitely your job. Yup. DSP, two people quit in middle of the routes and the same time, and I had to take half of their bags. See, it puts your drivers in the pickle. So, guys, if let's say you're new to Amazon, you decided to start at Amazon, it's not as easy as it seems. You can ask any delivery driver that started or has been there a while. It gets easier with time because you become more fit, you become more accustomed to the job, but it does get on your nerves, I guess, with the amount of packages you get, the amount of time you get, the breaks you get, or going to the restroom kind of thing. Sometimes you can't find a restroom. That happens a lot. So, ladies, if you ever get to your stop, I always tell my new drivers this: you always get to a stop, to your first stop, Google Map the closest restroom, and as soon as you need to go use the restroom, then get back to work. We don't get a guaranteed 10 hours, just the hours we work. Didn't even get me a free shoes at driver. Been bit by a dog twice. Had to get stitches and my boss show no care. Dang, dude. You got bit by a dog twice? That's terrible. And the countryside, guys, a lot of people have a lot of dogs and they do not keep on chains, dude. Did I tell you the story where sorry, Did I tell you guys a story where I was delivering, and it was like a month ago? I got to a stop, correct? And then the Flex app told me, "Hey, deliver to this location." So I didn't see no sign of a dog. I didn't see beware of dog. I didn't see nothing about dogs, right? I didn't see no dog signs, no dog food, no chewed up, no dog poop, blah blah blah. I got out my car, got the package. I went to the location where I was supposed to deliver the package. As soon as I put the package down, I was about to take my picture. A pit bull came from underneath the house, dude. Underneath the house. Like, who expects a dog coming from underneath the house? Nobody. I got lucky because the dog had an electric collared fence. So I got far enough from the house to stop the dog. So I stopped the dog, it stopped him. He almost got my leg, but it didn't happen. I got lucky. So guys, if you ever get to a house, especially in the countryside, and you don't see anything about a dog, I don't care. Still make some type of noise. I always honk my horn. For some reason, I didn't honk my horn that day, but I always honk my horn to let my presence known. And then if I rather find out that there's a dog while I'm in the van than while I'm at the front door delivering, and then I turn around, there's like three German shepherds behind me. Now I'm screwed. Those dogs gonna tear me up. Before we were 43, now we are 107. I asked, dang, 107. That's a pretty big company, man. That's good for the company, of course. I always left my RAM running, even when the bad parts of time I got stolen, got stolen. I got to a point where I didn't care. Hey man, sometimes you just want to get home. Edward, true. Some dispatchers are lazy, man, but not all dispatchers. Okay, so some drivers, everything, everywhere, dispatchers, um, management, everywhere. So every DSP is different. Everybody's different. Some are good workers, some are bad workers, but that's everywhere. No matter where you go, you'll have that problem. I don't even work for Amazon. I was going to, but got something way different. Where are you working at? Dirty ink. Why does Amazon have such a bad reputation? Wouldn't they want to do something about it? That's what I would think, Jasmine. Like, what can we do to make life easier about for our drivers? And then it's safety, then to do more safety training. Safety is good, but what can they do to make it easier for drivers? Is there a way for maybe the route people getting less packages, not over 400 packages, and expected to deliver everything within what, 8 hours, 10 hours, and stuff like that? It just could get so crazy sometimes, right? You just get so many packages, and some people just is like gets to your head and like, dang, I'm never gonna finish. And then they get frustrated, they get flustered, they get calls like, hey, you're going a little bit too slow, you need to hurry up. And then you're like, dang, what am I doing? Then you're just worried all day, and then you can't find a restroom, and then you find a restroom, and then it just sets you back because you have to drive to the restroom, and so many problems, guys. Can I be the next to have a discussion live? I've been dispatcher for 11 months, have now been transferred to another company as your driver due to our company's contract being cut. So yeah, man, I definitely would love you to have you on, Isai. But yeah, sometimes the contracts do get cut, guys. It can be for a number of reasons. It can be because there was a breach in contract. Maybe the the DSP could not keep up with the amount of packages Amazon was throwing at them. They couldn't hire enough people, too many people quitting, so they can't keep up with the packages, things like that. I have a lot of info and comparisons. Hey, man, I got you, man. Next time I do a live, I'll be happy to have you. Or carry dog pellet spray. New, yeah, I do wish. Like, I think the USPS, right, or UPS, do carry like dog spray or something like that to protect themselves from dogs? I do wish our drivers could carry something like that, especially for dogs, because I've seen small dog bites and I've seen bad dog bites, dude. And I've seen the bad, I'd be like misses of big pieces of meat missing from their arms and things like that. I hate that. It's like, if you know you have a package coming, put your dog away. You can tell, it says what day it's coming. It tells you around what time. So if something like that is like, can you please put your dog away, please? And blah blah blah, right? Because being bit, I would hate to be injured by a dog, man. I love dogs, but I would hate to be injured by one. Durability testing for one of the big three. That sounds pretty cool, man. Do you enjoy it more? Yeah, one of my coworkers got his van stuff today. Owner came out and said it wasn't safe and had to load half of another truck. Man, that's good. So I'm glad they got some of those packages out. I've seen the other day there was a driver that had like his van full, dude, like full, and he had like one package left, and he had to find some way to put it in the van. I was like, Jesus Christ, he has to deliver all that by himself. They better find a rescue or something, man. Sometimes the amount of packages that go into the vans, it's insane. So I would, I guess, having what they call step vans would be a lot better for drivers, in my opinion, because you'll have a lot more space, right? But in my opinion, I like the Mercedes brands a lot too. But the if everybody had step vans, it'd give them a lot more space to, or those new, have you guys seen those new Amazon vans? They look like freaking bus. Let me see, Amazon bus vans. See if I can find one. uh I don't think I can find one right now, but if I ever show you guys, I'll post it on my community tab. But have you seen those? Those look pretty cool, and a lot of people seem to enjoy them more. It's like a bus driver van, like the short bus. But yeah, it's gonna get to the point where customers gonna need to pick up their own packages. It'd be a lot easier if we could deliver to a lot more lockers, in my opinion, of course. But I wish there was a better way for the algorithm to calculate a better route, because sometimes the routes are like so out of crazy. So you can have stop number one and then stop 107 right next to each other, right? I wish there was a way that it was a better algorithm to put everything together instead of being stop one and stop 107, stop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and just make it a lot easier. So, billion-dollar company, guys need to work on just the algorithm. I think if you could fix the algorithm and the way they place all the stops, that would help the drivers so much more. And then maybe put in your uh the Flex app, maybe put somewhere where they can view the closest restroom, right? Like what's the closest restroom option? And then they can click on it and they can guide them that way. That'd be cool, right? A cool little option there. Break that because they have the break tab, whatever, right? Closest restroom option. That'd be cool. I think they should add that. Let Amazon know that. I said it. I said it here first, I think. I said if my friend Amazon delivery driving wouldn't be so bad if we were earlier in the day, like 7 or 8. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Some DSPs do. I I guess it depends on what company. Some DSPs do start a little bit earlier. Some start a little bit later. I guess it depends on the wave time and where you're located. Because at my station, I think we're the first ones to load out, so we start at 9:30 in the morning, and then after us is another DSP and then another DSP. But starting a little bit earlier will help so much more. USPS has to carry dog spray. Yeah, dog spray would help a whole bunch more. I would like to fight with a dog. I would be worried if they have to. I would be worried if you're gonna fight a dog, bro. Start a dog fight. I love dogs. I'm a dog person, but this job got me suspect. Hey man, uh, dogs, dude. I think that's one of the biggest problems, especially in the countryside. Dogs, just people just seem either not to check their app or they just seem to forget to put them away. But dogs are a big issue, man. Such a big issue. Why is USPS so mean with packages but so nice to the dogs? It's the other way around with Amazon. I don't know, man. No idea. The thing is, I think Amazon would just fill the step vans the same way they do the regular vans. Hey, man. From what I've heard, it's a lot more space. It's a lot easier for the step vans just because it's so much bigger, right? They can have a lot more rooms. They have two shelves, so they have shelves on top, they have some at the bottom, and then they have the bottom, the floor of the van, right? So that's a lot more space. And I think they do have shelves on both sides, so you can put all your packages on one side, all your totes, and then all your other your overflow on the other side. Drivers should carry drones with them and throw the packages on the top. That'd be cool, man. Drones are gonna take over the world, guys. So if they switch all the delivery drivers to drones, that'd be pretty cool. That's the future right there, baby. I wish the Flex app showed all pins dude, I can't read today. What the freak? I wish the Flex app showed all pins at all times instead of going into the itinerary maps all the time. I just wish the Flex app or the algorithm of the Flex app actually did a better job at routing everything. I think if they can work on the routing, maybe put their businesses first, because just like I said in earlier, they'll stop whatever you're doing and they'll tell you to go do this business first, and then you have to go back to whatever you were doing. So if they could put their businesses first to get them out the way, and then you can guys can go to houses, apartments, or whatever, that would help so much more. Or maybe businesses first and apartments, and then things like that. I don't know. Or just some way to make it more efficient. Like I said, stop 107, that makes no sense, right? Or having to go somewhere and then having to come back, that makes no sense. My friend told me that the Flex finally got an update that puts the speed limit on the streets on the map while you're driving, and he showed it to me on the Snapchat. So that's good. That's really good. Just because of the Mentor app. Mentor, you need to work on your app, man. I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know what's up with Mentor, but Mentor, if you guys, if every DSP has to use Mentor, you should have enough money to fix all your problems. So you're telling me if I accidentally drop my phone, my scores could go from 850 all the way down to 700? What? What? Have you seen the ratings on Mentor? It has 1 star. I'm pretty sure if you give it 0 stars, it would have 0 stars. Like, dude, there's something with Mentor that needs to be fixed, and bad. Not only because, let's say, at our DSP, the better you do with Mentor, the better you do as a delivery driver, the better you do in general, you get a little bonus. Some DSPs do that. The better your FICO score, the better the DSP is doing and stuff like that, and they get bonuses from that. So, Mentor, fix your stuff. The one and only said it right now. Fix your app, man, because every DSP uses it. So you should have plenty of money to fix it. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Man, probably be like, man, get the guy to shut up. Step vans, more space, same volume packages, and no apartments. Ooh, no apartments is awesome. Is it possible to change from a DSP to another for a better work experience, like just quit from the to the next? So you can do something like that, but it's pretty much you have to quit this DSP. It would be better if you put your 2 weeks, guys, in my opinion, because if you just quit, if that DSP decides to call this DSP, they're gonna be like, "Hey, he just quit," and then they didn't give the 2 weeks and things like that, and then the DSP can think like, "Oh, so if I hire this person, they're just gonna quit on me whenever." Blah blah blah. The good thing is that if you do quit this DSP and you move to another DSP, apply to the DSP first and let them know, hey, I'm working for this DSP. That way, when you quit this DSP and you get hired on with the other DSP, they can just transfer your information over. That way, you don't have to take the Amazon classes again. You know, that whole day of watching videos, falling asleep while watching the videos, answering those questions, answering the tests and stuff like that. It just make it a lot easier. Independent drivers with their own cars have shifts early as 3:45, 4 a.m. That F crazy. Leaving the packages out in the middle of the darkness and you can't honk for dogs. What? Starting at 4 in the morning? Jeez. Hey, what's going on, Catherine? How are you today? Do you go for training for the vans? Do you go for training for so the van training is I really do wish there was more training on the Flex app during Amazon classes. So I know they do touch the subject a little bit, but I wish they'd go more in depth into it. So your first day as an Amazon delivery driver or at training is watching videos, answering questions, watching videos, answering questions, and watching videos, answering questions. Your second day is going to be, if you didn't finish that first day, of course, you're going to finish it off. But that second day is usually it's a little like go through a little bit of cones, reverse a little bit, and then you're basically done with the driving portion. I've seen it done. Go through the cones, come back through the cones. That's it. That's the whole training process. But guys, it's not difficult uh to drive these vehicles. If you're gonna do step vans, there's a little bit more training into that. So you have to get like a certificate and whatnot. But if you're doing the regular vans, there's no certificate. You just go through some cones. It's like driving a personal vehicle. It's a van. It's just a bigger van. The only I guess difference you could say it's a little bit taller. Some of them are longer, like the Ford ones, but just take a little bit wider turns, guys. Don't take tight turns. You'll be good. Let's see. Smile more. I always have issues with the Flex app when delivering in the country. When the customers want packages delivered to the gate, but the app says I'm out of delivery, bugs F out of me. So some people say sometimes it does work. Sometimes I don't know what's going on with that Flex. Sometimes it does bug. But if you're having this issue, right, it's called the geo fence. You're supposed to deliver in that orange circle. You have to get there and then it'll turn green. You can, like Blake Simon said, turn off the mobile data or put on airplane mode, and you should be able to bypass that. You should be able to take a picture. You should be able to do that. So if you ever get that problem, airplane mode on, it takes off that restriction, and you should be able to deliver. Let's answer that. Can you use mini camper to deliver? I think you can use basically any vehicle you have. I do think some people do take like little vans or vans, and I don't know if it's true, guys, but they've done Amazon Flex on their own. They take their own van, and they said they've made up to 1,000 a week. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's happened, but you can take your own personal vehicle. But you remember you have to do wear and tear. Gas prices are going up, especially if you live in California. Gas prices are like freaking $6-7. So you have to worry about gas, wear and tear, your tires, all that stuff. So if you do deliver Flex on your own car, you do have to worry about all that stuff. But you guys do get tips if you're working for Amazon Flex, and that's why the reason why Amazon was getting sued, right? Because they were holding tips from their Flex drivers. Kelly J, what's going on, man? Where you been? Haven't seen you in a while, bro. I'm late to the live, but I just recently became a dispatcher. I'm a say no. There's a lot that goes into being a dispatcher, but being a driver is hard as being a dispatcher. One's just more physical. Yep. Good job, Callie. Yo, Jay, how is it? How is it harder being a dispatcher, bro? You missed the whole You're late, bro. We talked about it. So pretty much a dispatcher. I'll do a real quick review or refresher. Some of you guys might be getting here now, but dispatcher, my dispatch, at least every dispatch is different. Every DSP is different, and every single dispatch does everything differently. No DSP is the same. But at my DSP, dispatcher comes in the morning, helps get the bags ready for the drivers, make sure they have their portable charger, make sure they have their rabbits, make sure they have their routes. If something happened to the route, they make sure they fix it, make sure everybody has everything they need that morning. They get all the stuff together. They hand it out to the drivers, make sure all the vans are working. If the van's not working, they switch them out to a different van, make sure everything's good. Uh, Once they get into the van, we'll go to the loading bay. The loading bay, make sure everybody's good, make sure everybody's getting loaded. If they need to help a driver out loading their stuff, they'll help them load up their van. If anything happens during the loadout process, they'll help them figure it out. If a delivery driver is loading, and there's a package missing, they can go to the problem solvers and remove that package. Whatever they need to do, our dispatchers help the drivers, and no matter what. Okay, once everything's done, the drivers leave for the day. Dispatchers are answering calls. They start answering calls. Hey, I have issue with this rabbit. I have issues with my van. Okay, you have an issue with your van. Let me go give you a different van. My Flex app isn't working. Okay, this is what you can do. You can do this, and this. Not problem solving while on the road. So they'll let you know the steps you can do if you're having issues with your rabbit or Flex. If none of that works, if they have to, they'll bring you another rabbit. So they'll go that. If a driver locks themselves out, they'll bring an extra key, or they'll bring that, I forgot that thing they poke into the doors. the ones that the thieves use. They'll do that to open the doors, whatever they need to do. If a tire goes flat, my dispatchers will go out there, especially if the driver doesn't know how to do it. They'll help them change the tire, or they'll change the tire for them. We deliver mostly countryside, so when it rains, there are a lot of muddy roads. If a driver gets stuck, they'll bring another van to them, help them switch out the van, and they'll wait for uh, the tow truck to get there. Or if uh, or if they need be, they'll send them a tow truck as soon as possible. Whatever they need to do, they'll get there. If one of our drivers gets injured on the road or something happens, if they need to, they'll go over there, pick them up, and bring them back to the station. So our drivers stay busy all day. If somebody quits mid route, our dispatchers, at least at my DSP, they'll go out there and do the rescue, help them rescue, do whatever they need to do to get those packages moving. If a driver gets sick on route and they cannot work, they'll try to find a rescue. If they can't find a rescue, they'll at our DSP, rescues are not mandatory. So if everybody says no, then nobody wants to do a rescue. But they'll do a rescue if they have to. They'll start delivering if they have to. They'll do whatever they need to do to get the job done. If a driver feels lost, confused, or doesn't know what they're doing, they'll call dispatch and they'll explain what they need to do, what they have to do, or what needs to be done for them to understand the assignment, basically. Okay, so there's a lot into dispatching. It's not as easy as it seems, guys. If you go into dispatching one day, you'll see it's a whole 180. It's a completely different beast. Okay, at our DSP, at least there are some lazy dispatchers out there, guys. Some people that just are bad dispatchers, but that comes with every DSP or every other DSP or whatever DSP. So everything's different, guys. No dispatcher is the same, no company is the same, no driver is the same. Everything has their differences. At my DSP, at least, I appreciate my dispatchers because they do help our drivers a lot. They try to explain everything as much as possible. I do wish my dispatchers got a bit of a raise too, or more of a raise, because they do a lot of work. Okay, they do rescues, they help change tires, they do all that. So I do respect my dispatchers. I wish they did get a lot more money. And yeah, I also think that drivers should get a lot more money, guys. You guys, you guys run this beat. You guys make Amazon run. You guys are the blood of Amazon. If there were veins. I do Amazon Flex with my own vehicle. If you have questions. Do you guys get tips, Mon me? Thanks for the advice. I'll try it next time. I'm fairly new to still. Hey man, check out my Amazon videos. It'll help you out. Juan, I have tried airplane mode, but it tells me to go to settings and turn off airplane mode so I can be able to deliver, and it doesn't bypass. It just refreshes the app and tells me the same thing. Really? That's kind of weird. Turn off the mobile data. Try that. I was thinking about using a mini RV and bringing my raza, and and we can deliver as a team. Hey man, if that works, I would go to I would go in your personal vehicle, and then I would ask a Amazon employee or manager if you can do that first before you do that, or get some type of minivan, and then you guys can help each other out. I do know, I've heard, I forgot who it was. They told me that I think it was at my DSP, a new person started. I think they would go as in pairs, so they would split the cash in half. So they would go together, do flex, and they deliver, and they would just split it. So that's a smart thing to do if you guys have a friend or something. I began as a driver and moved into a step van and then became a dispatcher. I'll admit dispatch is boring. However, dispatching is mentally challenging at times because you have to think on the fly. This is very true, guys. The thing about dispatcher is you do have to come up like, hey, what's the solution to this? So I believe that every dispatcher should always start as a driver. Start as a driver and work your way up. Because if you don't know the answer, if you've never been a driver, you're not going to know what to do. And imagine getting that call, one of your drivers is injured, something happened to your driver. That one thing that happened to that driver that got hit by the train, thank God he lived, but the whole back of his van was missing. Imagine getting that call, dude. That would suck. But yeah, it is a lot thinking on the fly, coming up with the solutions in your head. Uh, you get mentally exhausted. It is mentally exhausting, guys. What's the latest driver can start? I don't know that answer. Flex drivers, I think that I've seen them start around 3, 4 p.m. I see them still pulling up to the station and still grabbing packages, so it can be pretty late. Whoa, I didn't know dispatch did so much work. I thought they just sat down and called people. Thank you so much for the information. It should be a lot of headaches for the dispatchers. It is, man. So yeah, dispatch is a whole nother beast, guys. Delivery, dispatch, all that. You guys thought you had to deal with Amazon. Dispatchers have to deal a lot more with the Amazon. So sometimes you do get those calls because dispatch is on their driver, on their Amazon is on the dispatchers like, hey, what's the game plan for this driver? Why is this guy going so slow? Why is this delivery driver doing this or doing that? Blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you get like, hey, is there any dispatch calling you up? Be like, hey, what's the issue? Do you have questions? Blah, blah, blah. What's holding you back? What's taking you so long? And stuff like that. So there are a lot of issues, guys. So don't be too upset with your dispatchers, because I know it can get frustrating if they keep calling you, but you have to understand they also have a job to do. That's why I'd be like, hey, why aren't you signed into Mentor? You need to be signed into Mentor. I remember 2 days ago, I loaded up with the finish and tried to help some people and sat down in the van. And the guy in front of me, they were just throwing the packages and it was unorganized and he quit. Oh, that's the worst, man. I don't know if I told you guys, but yeah, I've had a driver, right? I trained them, everything was going good. I've asked them, hey, any questions, any problems, anything like that. Like, this guy was like, nope, everything's good, everything's amazing. The guy was pretty built. He looked like he worked out and all this. His first day, he got into the van, asked him, you good? Everything good? Any questions before you leave? Anything like that? No, everything's good. He left. Not even like 30 minutes later, he came back, dropped off the van in the parking lot, full of packages, got into his car and left. Never heard from him again. That's crazy. So our dispatchers had to go deliver those packages for him. That's crazy, man. Low rescues were done by seniority at my DSP. For example, if someone who was the most seniority didn't want to do the rescue, they would go down the list until they had to start mandating it. Absolutely, bro. Especially everything we go through day to day. I wish you got paid at least 23 an hour. Man, I wish you got paid that too. And I wish drivers got paid that too. It's just anytime soon, guys. I don't think you guys would get paid that. Like 1650 is minimum here in Texas. And then some DSPs do like bonuses and stuff. So I'm happy for that. But I just wish there was like a raise a year, or like, hey, you've been working here a year, let me give you $1 raise. You've been working here 2 years, here's another $1 raise, and then dollar raise, and the dollar raise. Kind of like USPS, and then you get a max of, whatever, 25, 30, whatever it is. But I guess it's up to the DSP, man. And I don't know. I don't see why not. If Amazon is obviously taking over the world one day, everything's gonna be Amazon. Amazon houses, Amazon cars, Amazon rocket ships, Amazon stores. There's Amazon grocery stores. Like, dude, you have all this. Share the wealth a little bit. We're all dying here. If you ever have to change tires often, make your DSP buy you a floor jack and electric impact. Makes it take quarter of the time, not less. Imagine. Yeah, man. Tell them, you can give them those options. If you have ideas to make the job a little bit easier for you guys as drivers, like, hey, dispatch, can we get the floor jack and electric impact? I think that would really benefit the dispatch. I really think that benefit the DSP, and help the drivers a lot and make everything a lot faster. Give them ideas, guys. Some DSPs suck. I was starting to feel sick and not being able to breathe well on route due to the area I was in the covered in smoke. They came down to took 10 packages. Dang, where were you, man? Covered in smoke. Were you in Cali when the fires were happening, or what? How if I bring my daughter? She just turned 12 old. Some people have brought their kids. So if you're doing flex on your own, I don't think they care if you bring your daughter or not. Just be careful when you're delivering. I had a colleague that worked as a delivery driver for 2 months and then became a dispatcher. He was bad as a delivery driver. He said that he was promoted because he had experience in doing that. Oh, that sucks. That's a thing they're gonna have to deal with at the DSP. Because if you have a bad dispatcher, then and they don't know what to do, people are complaining. Your DSP is gonna have to deal with that somehow. I wish I had helpers like the UPS. Can't read today, like I said. Hold on, let me drink a little bit of this water, this agua. Refreshing. Okay. I wish we had a helper like USPS, especially how quick it gets dark outside, dude. In the countryside, yeah. And if you have rural areas, certain neighborhoods, stuff going down. Hey, got to do a job, right, dude? I know. We deliver in the countryside, like I said earlier in the video. If you've been watching since the beginning, the countryside people don't believe in dog chains or keeping the dogs inside the house or something like that. And apparently, they don't believe in light poles. Light poles are those lights you have outside to help you see at night. Dude, it gets so freaking dark out there. It is scary. I'm not scared of the dark. I was scared of the dark till I was like 12, 13. Then I stopped. But man, does it get scary? And then your imagination starts running wild, bro. Oof, it's insane. When I left my DSP, I was at 1950. My DSP was a Bellingham, Massachusetts. Nice. First day should be the driver's helper to see if the helper likes can do the job. Yep. So basically a ride along, right? Not likes can do, but no, the greedy DSP just rushed everybody to get out to deliver and things like what up you said hap. Did I read that correctly? But yeah, having ride-alongs helps a ton. It would help a ton so the newbies can understand what the job is and if they're gonna take the job. We used to do ride-alongs. We're not doing them right now, but we used to do ride-alongs. Me, when I was doing ride-alongs, I would, as a delivery driver, I would do everything on the left side, and I would have my ride along do everything on the right side. So if it's on the right side, they have to go deliver that. If it's on the left side, I have to go deliver that. That way, they get hands-on training and they understand how to do the job, and then they decide this job is for me or this job is not for me. And a lot of the time, a lot of the people never came back. Dude, what that is crazy. I hate people like that. At least to me, I love my job. I am alone. I don't have to go crazy or nothing. But to be honest, thanks to all your tips and organize my van, all your videos help. Hey, I appreciate you, man. I'm so glad I can help you guys. I thank you so much for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it, guys. And we're working on making bigger and better things. So, yeah, it might not be Amazon all the time, but I appreciate you no matter what. You guys are real. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers. What I'm talking about. Look, guys, my hair's growing long. We got to get to 100,000 subscribers. That's when I'll cut it. Funny, when logging into my Rabbit, I asked me if I'm being treated fairly by my DSP. I do believe Amazon reads our feedback. You think so? I think so too. Sometimes I remember I kept asking for feedback, and I kept like, "Why does the Amazon Flex app suck?" And I did that for like a year, dude, and I felt like nothing was being done about it. But I guess they do their little updates every once in a while. It would be nice if you always have the same route. Yes, it would be nice, or the same area, right? Because kind of like FedEx does. Well, at least I worked at FedEx for like a week. You guys know that video or that story, right? So when you're working at FedEx, you generally get FedEx ground at least. You generally start delivering in that one area. So, for example, let's say you're delivering in Dallas, Texas, right? All you're doing is delivering in Dallas, Texas each and every single day, unless somebody called in or they put you every once in a while somewhere else. But usually you go to that same area. Maybe not the same houses every day, but same general area. I carry a flashlight when delivering at night. Yes, guys, I do uh, think you guys should buy your own flashlights if you're going to be a delivery driver, especially in the countryside, because some of these flashlights that the DSPs provide are not very bright, and then you can't see nothing at night. It just gets so freaking dark, man. And like I said, it's very, very scary at night. Very scary. Empty Target bags with no holes is the way to go. Instead of bringing a bucket, GG, hee hee or GG, not to mention the air horn. I usually had the same route every day, my countryside route, but I always split between 4 towns with 180 stops. I had dedicated routes because I did it well. That's good, man. I wish everybody would do that, like dedicated location. Like you're always delivering in Dallas, Texas. If you're in Dallas, Texas, that way you get used to the route and you know what to do. But yeah, here at Amazon, everything switches. You'll never be in Dallas. You'll be in Dallas one day, then you might be like in Arlington, Texas one day, and stuff like that. It just changes all the time. It's never the same day. So maybe one day you'll be in the city, maybe one day you'll be in the countryside. It's always changing, guys. All right, guys. That is all for today. I hope you guys Thanksgiving went well. I always appreciate you guys so much. You guys are amazing. You guys are wonderful. I love all you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I enjoy your company. I like talking to y'all. I'm going to make more YouTube videos instead of shorts. I know I've been making a lot of shorts, guys, but the ideas just come straight to my head. I'm like, this looks good or looks good in my head. So let me do it. So it's a quick and fast thing. But I will start working on more videos, making longer lengths, and they won't always be Amazon, guys. So just so you know, because I'm trying to do a little bit more, maybe make a little bit of movies here and there. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I appreciate if you guys would check out my merch if you ever want to. I am the Juan and Only officialmerch.com. I don't even know if the link worked, it doesn't matter. But hey, guys, I hope you had a great day, great Thanksgiving. I hope you guys ate a lot, and it's time to get back to work because Black Friday, ooh, the deals, guys, the deals. So the numbers will go up. So I guys take care, be careful, do not text and drive, do not do anything crazy. Keep yourself safe, stay safe. That's what matters the most. Stay safe, guys. Always stay safe. All right. Be careful, guys. Love you all. And I'll see y'all next time. Hey, what's going on? Drive carefully.